This is one library here, there is another library, and then there is, of course, the main library in the Bronx.
And what are the libraries of the university nowadays used for? Is it like a silent study room for students?
That's a very good question. A lot of places, libraries are now essentially quiet contemplation places. This is the back side of the building. This is like one court that we have. Having a campus in New York City is not easy because space is very limited here.
Yes, so that's why you've got different campuses.
Yes. Yeah.
What's the profile of the student here at university?
So a lot of our students are from tri-state area, which is New York, Connecticut, and New Jersey. But we have a lot of international students, and it's quite diverse actually.
Yeah, truly.
Yeah. And it's becoming even more diverse. Every year I can see that the diversity is increasing. So this is where the graduate courses like MBAs and EMBA courses take place in this building, and some undergraduate courses as well. We have undergraduate courses. In the Bronx is mostly undergraduate.
What subjects do you teach?
So I teach core corporate strategy, innovation and change management, machine learning for strategic decision making, and a new course called generative AI for managers.
How do you see how the discipline of management is changing itself
With regard
management?
to AI?
Yeah.
With regard to AI, well, we have access to the data sets we never had before. And so we can mine the data in a very, very complete way, right? So we have access to that. But at the same time, we are dealing with a new phenomenon. Now we are collaborating with machines. So machine in the workplace is nothing new, right? So we have always had computers, we had expert systems, or that's what we call the symbolic systems in organizations, right? Not very widespread because they were not really that great, they were not very good. Now you have generative AI. So generative AI, but the problem with generative AI is that you always need collaboration of human being. So it's feedback from machine and feedback from human being. So you're going to have a much, much tighter integration of technology and humans in organizations. And that's a new phenomenon. It's not just that another technology in the organization, rather a different kind of technology, a technology whose nature we still do not understand.
Digital transformation in healthcare is very central to our research and to what we do and our ambitions and the impact we would like to make. So could you briefly introduce your take on this and your work in this area of digital healthcare?
So I think really digital healthcare is at a pivotal moment now. For two reasons. One is the technological change that is shaping the industry, but also the institutional change that is shaping the industry. There is a lot of technological uncertainty, but there is also market uncertainty. Currently, what I'm really interested in, I'm a big believer in that, is how healthcare organizations have to be redesigned and restructured so that they can benefit most from AI and they can pass on those benefits to their patients, right? So how hospitals, so currently I'm working on a case study of a large teaching case study of a large healthcare provider in the United States. The idea over there is that, well, they want to implement AI, but based on my initial observation, they know that their current structure is not really suitable for the application of AI. Because what AI does is that it changes the distribution of judgment across organization. And then when you have this redistribution of judgment across the organization, who has the judgment, who has the final say, who has the authority over certain things, then the organizational structure and power structure within the organization changes. In a healthcare organization, which is let's say a hospital, which is a high-risk environment, you're dealing with people's lives, right? These things matter. The mistakes you make are going to cost a lot, right? So in this case, it is very important for organizations to know that. In management literature, we have barely scratched the surface to understanding. So I think this is really the right time to understand that.
Yeah, I think that technology
pushes us to see the problems in management from a different perspective, like you said, about distribution of power. But it is also, I think, opportunity to rethink how we, for example, what kind of responsibility we give, let's say, to nurses and people who've got access to data that can be, democratized, right?
Exactly. That's I think currently what we have is one of the major problems is we have problem of accessing data, right? There are lots of data in healthcare are siloed, right? So and we know that advocates of AI believe that, well, we need access to data because you need to train the models, you need to be able to integrate the models across different systems. And now, exactly because of that technology, we have the debate, right? It had opened up the opportunity to have this debate around access to data. Do we have too much control over data? Maybe this is too much. Maybe we are thinking too much about privacy, right? And I think, yes, I think that can be a catalyst for this movement of democratization of data. Yes, absolutely.
And also, on the other hand, the explainability is also a term that needs more precision. So, explainability to whom, right? Who needs to see it? Technical people who are auditing the system?
Yes.
Patient? The doctor. So I think the big questions when you go deeper into the field, then you need to be very precise which group, for what purposes, and that creates these new structures inside the institution.
Thank you very much. That's very insightful. Yes. So the term explainability is still not very clearly defined. There is a lot going on in the area of XAI or explainable AI. One view is that why do we need explainability at all, right? There are a lot of drugs that work, but we don't know exactly how they work, and we are happy to use them, right? So if this is, and exactly what do we mean by explainability, and what area we are concerned about? Are we concerned about biases, right? So even within that, there are two camps. Some people think that, well, we need to be able to, well, I'm worried about AI perpetuating certain asymmetries and certain disadvantages, right? Biases in the data. Another group of scholars argue that it is better to delegate this decision making, right, and prediction to AI rather than to human beings, because at least with AI you are dealing with a piece of code that you can always analyze. With humans, a lot of biases are not really traceable, right? You can't really look under the hood and say that, oh, I know actually it's because of this that this person made that decision. Human mind is complex, and people come with a baggage of biases and different cognitive biases, even not particular biases through people. Maybe it's not really, a deliberate kind of bias. Whereas with a piece of code, even in large language model, we know that certain things we can't explain. I think we are close to that to really understand how they produce the results they do. At least with that, you can go back to the program and you can actually check where the bias comes from. So you see, there are different views within this, and we haven't still resolved that. So I think this is the right time for a lot of exciting research as an academic.
So it seems like the true black box might be not the AI system, but the mind of a medical professional.
That's an excellent
the decision
point,
maker.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay. I think another challenge nowadays everywhere, but especially in the computational side of our world, is the rise of buzzwords. Mm-hmm. So explainable AI, exactly as you said, is one of them. And don't you think that we are unfortunate to be part of a culture of buzzwords nowadays?
I believe it's inevitable, right? Is inevitable. People are excited about technology, right? And the difference with AI is that, well, this research has been going on for so many years, right? Well, but people don't pay attention to that. People look at just the the episodes of technological change reported in the newspaper. And of course, that makes it very exciting. The other thing about AI that made it so different from other kinds of technologies is that it was widely available to people, and you didn't need to code. You just had a box and you could actually chat with the computer. And it gives you different results every time, different things every time, and it gives you this illusion of being intelligent. I think it's inevitable. I think it's the job of academics to really, clarify things. And I was looking at famous Gartner's hype cycle. So I think in 2023, large language models were on top, but now they are actually going down. And hopefully after several years, reality will set in, but the excitement will be probably a little bit more realistic. These are rather really powerful prediction machines. And prediction is just one small part of, an important part, but a small part of what we call intelligence.